Ways to make sure you follow through. This comes up time and time again when people are inquiring about our drop a dress size challenge or whatever to come into our York hub to start something. But one thing that comes up for them that makes them feel like they aren't going to be able to do it is that they're worried that they're not going to see it through. They're worried that they're not going to be able to stick to it. They're worried that they're not going to follow through. So I wanted to talk about a few ways that you can make sure that you do follow through, whether that's with me or with anyone else. It's about looking at the process, looking at the habit, looking at the routine that you have that in the past has meant that you don't follow through. So let's look at, say the simple example of you don't follow through when you say you're going to exercise, right? On your own, I can totally appreciate that. There's no one else to answer to, and if you do or don't do it, it doesn't matter. No one else is going to know except you, right? So therefore, it's very easy to talk yourself out of it and not follow through because there's no accountability. There's no one else to tell you otherwise. So one way of making sure that you follow through is to tell someone. To tell one other person than yourself is going to increase the chances of you actually following through by 100%, 1000%, because of the way that you're suddenly accountable and answerable to someone else. You've told someone else that you're going to go for that run, go to the gym, do that class, do that exercise video, whatever it is. And so you want to show, you want to save face. Your ego is like, well, I told Mark that I was going to do this exercise, so if I do it, then I get the benefit. I also get to tell him that I've done it, all right, and I've seen it through. Or I don't do it, and therefore I have to tell Mark that I didn't do it, and I just feel a little bit silly maybe that I've told him that I was going to do it, but then I didn't actually do it. So then there's this indecisiveness and you get into a habit of not following through. So what I've found is to help you follow through, accountability pays dividends. And that's ultimately what you're investing in when you get a coach of some sort, a PT, a coach, whatever you want to call us. That's what you're getting, the accountability. Because most of the other stuff that we teach you is out there for everyone to have for free. I'm not doing myself out of a job here by telling you this, because when you come to a coach, when you come to a group, a program or whatever, all of that information that you need to make a change, like drop a dress size in the case of our program, it's all in one place. We gather it all in one place and we give you the bits that you need to succeed, to follow through, right? And then we layer on top of that the accountability, and voila, you get the result that you wanted. You follow it through, you see it through, you do what you said you would do, because of the fact that you're in a group environment, because of the fact that you have a coach who's looking over your shoulder, because of the fact that you've put skin in the game. That's the other way of making sure you follow through, or make it easier for you to follow through, and that is putting some kind of skin in the game. If it's free, how well do you treat things that are free to you in your life? Free shoes, free food, free magazines, or whatever it is. you don't look after it and you don't, really care about it. But the second that you invest in something, suddenly you want a return on investment, right? If you pay £10 for something, you want more than £10 worth of value from it. If you pay £100, you want more than £100 worth of value from it. You see that it's actually worth more than £100 and you're willing to pay it. And so on and so forth, right? You might pay 10 grand for a car, but you're going to get way more value from it than the 10 grand that you paid for it. So skin in the game is another way to help you to see it through, to see things through, and do more of what you said you would. And if you want other ways of seeing things through, of making sure that you do see things through, other than making yourself accountable, other than putting skin in the game, they're probably the main two. The other way is to be as specific as possible with yourself. Be as specific as possible and set yourself a deadline. Know what you want to do and set out a plan as to how you're going to do it, the steps you're going to have to take, and set yourself a deadline as to when you have to do it by. And these three things are going to combine to help you to see this thing through once and for all. If you don't have these three things in place, you don't have skin in the game, you don't have accountability, and you don't have a set deadline for yourself, you just coast along. You don't get things done. You don't take that first step, and you don't change ultimately. So if you want to see things through, these are the three things that I would recommend that you get into play. Get accountable to someone. Put skin in the game. Reach into your pocket and invest in yourself, and set a goal and have a plan to work towards that time-limited goal for yourself, and watch how much more urgency you have for yourself, for your goals that you want to achieve. And then you will see it through.